One common complaint about modern society is the idea of consumerism, that there is something wrong with buying stuff and then only want to buy more stuff later. A now famous movie quote describes this as follows: "We buy things we can't afford to impress people we don't like." But if you look at the underlying reasons beneath these very common behaviors, you'll find some very powerful and very ancient truth. First, let's look at the buying part. Humans are consumers. We must be or we'll die. We need to keep eating, and for the bulk of our history we had to get food any way possible. One of those ways was to forage. This is something no modern human has ever experienced, not like our ancestors did. Imagine always being hungry and never knowing where or when you would find food. What is foraging exactly? Always looking and collecting anything that looks good. You keep looking, you keep eating, you keep collecting. This instinct was perfect in an ancient environment. This ancient instinct, translated into modern society, creates a never-ending desire to buy stuff. We might call this the shopping mall instinct. What about the part about impressing people we don't like? Another instinct that worked perfectly back in the day but sucks today. Back in the day, we lived with the same people our entire lives. We depended on them and they depended on us. So whenever we brought back a big pile of stuff that we'd gotten from foraging, it very much impressed everybody. Whoever brought back the most stuff got the most social validation. This is a very powerful social instinct. Think of it this way. A cave guy or a cave girl out foraging only for themselves and their family wouldn't be motivated to get very much stuff. But the same guy or gal with an instinct to want to impress people would be driven to get much more stuff. And since this stuff was necessary stuff that helped the tribe survive, this was a very powerful instinct, a very useful instinct to go out, get stuff, bring the stuff back, and hopefully impress people with your stuff. Today that translates into the famous quote: "Underneath all modern messed up behaviors are very ancient and very powerful instincts. Instincts that cannot be turned off, no more than you can not get hungry." This means that if you take the time to learn what these instincts are, this will give you an incredible amount of power. Powers of influence over others. Learn to speak to these deep instincts, and you can get other people to do anything. Go to the link on your screen to find out how.